Good evening, guys, gals, non-binary pals, and everyone in between. I am joined tonight by four of my
Four.
fantabulous players,
Three.
and one is three players, and one is well on their way. And I need to go and do some maths lessons or something, because I can't count to three apparently. Although technically, I'm a player, so yes and no. I don't know. This is philosophy, and we're not here for philosophy. We're here for Maven to roll sub 10s and everybody else to celebrate every time he does. So I'm.
It's true.
I
Come
am
on,
going to
roll poorly so that I can roll good.
I am going to pass it over to see who would care to regale us a tale of events past gone, whilst I whet my whistle.
I guess I can give it a shot.
Go for it.
Okay, so after we all had disappeared by the Fae Queen, we all ended up in a dungeon. And we were all suspended over some fast-running water in cages. And basically we had some of the Winter Ladrin come up to us, one of the guards come up to us and ask us if we would basically sign our allegiance over to the Fae Queen. And we all just said no. Well, as we were sitting there, kind of getting our bearing, trying to figure out what to do, the Estival, some of the Estival court, like some people from Estival, they were already in the prison, and they were taking barrels of gunpowder to the center pillar where a portal was. And the Fae Queen herself came and talked to us and tried to get us sign over allegiance. Lovely. Anyway, as the Estival court was putting the barrels of gunpowder, most of us, escaped out of our cages, while she tried to pick the lock on her cage, she fell into the river. And Eris made it to the teleporter before the Estival court blew it up. Vortic and Beldar were on their way to save Notki when the bombs went off. Notki got absolutely incinerated, while the other three party members were seemingly okay, and I think Hado was unconscious, because Hado was in the prison.
Yes.
Notki woke up in a never-ending library, instead of at the River of Souls, where she had met Yonder, the goddess of intrigue. And Yonder basically gave Notki a book.
You weren't in the River of Souls. That's
No,
what
that's what I meant. It was like the library, and Notki wasn't. Anyway.
Yes.
She woke up in the never-ending library, where she met Yonder, and Yonder had given her a book about, let's see, what was it called? It was the Eldoran book, and basically she was told that she would be given a second chance, and she woke up in a bedroom, and that's where the campaign ended.
I think you missed the fact that Eris flew to the top of the pillar and disappeared.
I thought I got that, but yeah. So before the Estival court blew up the pillar, Eris got to the portal up top and don't know where she is. So.
Yes, and you've also disappeared, Natki. I can't remember where Beldar was, but Beldar isn't here right now, so that's slightly less important. Milfrin is with Hodo, and again is not doing great. Remind me, Vortic, were you in the water, or was you on?
I have wings.
You do have wings. Yeah. Okay.
I was trying to fly over that direction, but when the explosion happens, I didn't get very far.
You're gonna fly away from it, so that's cool. That's fine. So, I am missing one very important thing, and don't forget, players, if you also want the ambiance, don't forget to click onto the link for the ambiance.
Why does it sound like birds?
Because there are birds. There are birds.
Not in this watery land.
Oh, no. Who said we're talking to you at the moment, Maven?
That was me.
So, as we join today, Eris,
Yes.
after flying into this arcane circle, you are sent hurtling through the Feywilds. Not teleporting, but hurtling.
Oh.
And as you slow, you see that you are hurled what seems forever, for miles across these lands. And you can see on the summer courts at the very edges how the trees have all died as if autumn has taken over. You see in winter, where snow should lay, there is nothing but dry, barren land. You see in spring, where there should be new growth and new life, there is nothing but rot and fungi. And finally, you see it. The hedgerows. Hedges grown very purposefully, encapsulating all that is beautiful and dangerous. For these hedges have thorns. They have spikes poking out of them, and these roses are no ordinary roses. These are denizen roses. And their thorns are just as valuable, but just as difficult to collect. As you feel yourself falling, you manage to catch yourself with a very quick flutter of the wings and lower yourself down gently to the floor. You see these towering hedges, 15, 20 foot up. Can you make me a perception check, please?
Remind me, it's been a minute. Where do I do that?
So, in your skills?
Right. I don't know why I always think it's on the front.
Sorry, Maven, that's evidence you're cursed again tonight. On a 19, as you gaze upon these hedgerows, you note the very tops of them is a very, very faint shimmer. This shimmering light sends a shiver down your spine, and something about it suggests to you not to try and fly over this thing.
Okay. I'm gonna guess I can't go around it either.
You can try, but you saw just how vast this labyrinth is.
Do I have my pack and everything on me?
You had it in
Or
the
did
prison.
they take... Yeah. Okay.
I believe I said you had it in the prison.
I guess I will go into the labyrinth. Doesn't really seem like I have another choice.
I mean, you do. you can turn around and go the other way.
I feel like I was flung here for a reason, though.
Were you, or was it just happenstance?
What is behind me?
What's behind you
Mm-hmm.
is the remnants of the spring court.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna go into the hedge maze.
Sure thing. As you step in, can you make me a wisdom saving throw, please? Sorry, I'm trying to multitask here. On a 6, these hedges and the perceived ceiling is beginning to wane on you. It becomes almost frightful and claustrophobic. You find that you are going to have to move, or you feel, I should say, that you are going to have to move with great levels of caution, and so you are hit by the labyrinth's curse, meaning that you can only move at half speed.
Awesome.
Now, we will jump over to Nutki.
Okay.
Because Nutki, as you wake up in this room, you can hear somebody moving around just outside of it. Your body feels intact, though fairly weak, as it were.
Okay. Okay. First, Natsuki's gonna kind of check, like, see what she has, like, on her person. And I'm guessing it's probably still, like, what she didn't have in the prison.
Your gear appears to be with you.
Okay. Okay, the Natsu is gonna, like, cautiously, like, approach the door. Yeah, and kind of, yeah, try to get more information.
So as you go to open the door, you recognize the individual, but not quite as you saw him before. Ah, you've woken up. Wonderful. Yes, wonderful. Sorry it's a little bit cramped in here, but someone of my nature doesn't need a big space.
Yeah, can you... And exactly where am I?
Ah, yes. Welcome to the hovel. This is my home. I found your body lying 300 feet just outside of it. I thought it best I bring you in just in case. Can't have the Queen finding you after all, can we? We know how much trouble you lot are in.
Uh-huh. And you would, what? Risk your life to save a random person?
Please. On my honor, my father and mother blessed them both. I will always do what is right. And obviously, if you haven't figured out by now, this is Stumble Rilskin.
Yeah, it it clicked. Well, this is just fantastic.
I would say so. Was a mere throw of the dice for you out there, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, I've never been a real lucky person.
Luck has nothing to do with it. It's all about how you read the situation. For example, you could view it that I found your body unconscious and decided to bring you in here for my own gains. Or you could view it that you still have a life, and that you are not in another form of prison, one much darker and, well, doesn't bear thinking about. The Queen's ritual is nearly over, and that would be disastrous for everyone involved.
Ritual? What kind of ritual?
The final sealing of the Fey Realms. She has subdued the other courts that were resisting, and now she has all that she needs.
Great. So if she fully pulls it off, we're just gonna be stuck here, huh?
Not quite. You know, or perhaps you don't, about how the Fey Queen has her power.
Can't say that I'm knowledgeable about this realm, so please enlighten me.
I thought your people would be more well-read. All those fancy academies you have in the material plane that I was never accepted in because my practices were deemed immoral.
Okay. Okay. Look, if you want to give me information, I'll gladly take it. Right now, I don't want to discuss your issues with the mortal realm and the academy.
Oh no, well, why would you? You know, I only saved your life. It would only be too rude of me to tell you exactly what kind of people are on your side of the gate. Very well. Very well. The Fey Queen resides her power because she had the charisma to convince others that she was right to lead. Her power is derived in belief, not too dissimilar to those of your realm. Belief grants power.
So if we get rid of the belief, she's got no power.
But you will also have a vacuum. There will be others that try and claw, and you would likely send the Fey Realm into complete chaos. However, I only want what's best for this place. After all, like I said, the material plane rejected me, and for the most part, the Feywilds have done the same, but they at least gave me a home and food and somewhere to live.
Yeah, well, from my knowledge, it sounds like both the Fey realm and the material plane, they kind of need each other.
Precisely.
So,
And I will restore that connection. If you grant others the belief in me.
the belief in you want to take charge.
Understand this. At the moment, you have the Fey Archqueen at her full strength. The courts are diminished. The kings and queens are on their knees. Yes, a few prisoners escaped, but that's a minor blip in this queen's record right now. And what she wants to do is turn this place into a desolate land for no less than 1,000 years before it starts to regrow. I, however, do not want to see that, nor do I want to see the horrors that should come should you lot fail. And if the Queen is removed, there will be war here as well as on your plane, which won't do you any good when you need help defending it.
And why should I trust you?
Oh, you shouldn't. At all. But I am your best option.
Yeah, well, I think right now we gotta go, well, or at least I gotta find out where the rest of my party is.
That's easy enough. With a little bit of goblin magic. And yes, don't stare too hard. My father was a goblin and my mother was a halfling. Deal with it.
Trust me, I'm not one for judging others by their appearance.
He pulls out what to you would be a children's toy. A piece of wood that is carved into a curved L shape. You and I, out of character, would know this as a boomerang. He places it in the center of the floor and says a few words in Goblin as this boomerang starts to spin on the spot. As sparks begin to fly off, a scrying door appears. Speak the one's name that you wish to know.
Milthrin.
Milthrin's not here.
Fine. No, we'll go Vortic. We'll see where Vortic's at.
Is it because my rolls are always bad? You don't bring up my name to last? What the hell?
Actually, she brought up your name second.
Yeah, well, almost the last.
So, as this thing spins, you see Vortic flying somewhere between a river and a glacier, where the glacier's meltwater meets the river on the very edge of the Winter Court. But he is not alone. Milthrin and Hoddo are there with them. Albeit Hoddo's a little worse for wear, but he is awake.
Well, I mean, at least they're alive.
He turns to you, he says, "Ah, they approached the the Ice Castle of Winter Court. It'll be interesting to see what goes down there. Popcorn, and he pulls out this paper bag of this these popped kernels.
I would actually prefer to be there with them instead of watching.
Oh, come on now, you're not even the least bit intrigued?
I may be intrigued, but I could still be there to help.
And put yourself in danger? Don't you know it's the Winter Courts that did what they did to you? They see you walking around and my god, are you in trouble? You're better off people thinking you dead for the time being. Don't rush into anything.
And I think at this point, Natsuki's gonna kind of take a look at the book that she got from Yonder and just be like, and how long can we watch this?
See what happens. You never know, there might be a dramatic climax. Or
You're enjoying this, aren't you?
Of course I'm enjoying this. Who wouldn't enjoy it?
And then Natu's just gonna kind of shake her head, and then she's gonna open the book and she's gonna kind of see what kind of the book that Yonder gave her.
I can't remember if I ever gave you a title. I didn't, did I?
I think you did. I can't remember it though.
I'm just seeing if. I'll see if I can find the reference for it. If you bear with me 2 seconds.
There, you're good.
Is it not in your inventory?
I don't think it is. Let me look.
I'm pretty sure I put them in your inventories at the end of last session. I could be very wrong, of course.
I'm not seeing it in my inventory.
Oh, of course not. Right. This is where I'm going to find out that I changed my password and completely forgot about it yet. Sorry. I know I have this written down, but I don't know where I've got it written down. That's the problem. There it is. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is my archivist gone? I am sorry for being so disorganized tonight.
No, you're good, Captain.
I mean, it's not good. This is not me, and you know this isn't me. Or Dragons Thursday group. This is going to tell me I didn't have. Yeah, because last session was the session that my archivist went on the fritz. Ah, net. Now let's just see though, see if... Was it the? It wasn't the history of the Alliance, was it? Or something else? Okay. Okay, well, we're going to change it. So the book that Yonder would have given you, I know the contents of it. As you look through this book, it hosts a range of lives. Not actual lives, but accounts, deeds, almost in the form of a bullet point ledger of people who owe money, but in this instance, it's people who have done good, done bad, might owe a bit for their soul, or have, you know, earned extra, so to speak. And as you're reading down this big list, the binding contracts between Londigne and the Fey Queen, they draw your eye, they draw your finger, and as your finger traces it across, the contract appears as almost like an illusion in front of you. The contract is somewhat deceptive in that on the surface of it, it seems very straightforward. The Queen helps protect the Pixie Thicket. Londigne gives the Queen 10,000 soldiers. However, the trick that Londigne pulled was that it was for a period of time, and that period of time happened to be the exact period of time of said war. Almost as if she knew how long this would go on for.
Well.
We are going to flick over, because we are also in the view lens of them right now. Vortic, you are with Hoddo and Milthrin. Now, obviously, Milthrin's not here right now, so he will be a vacant character for the time being. But Hoddo is there, very much there with you, and he is exhausted, he is tired, and he is feeling rough. As you sit on this water bank, you see maybe 100 feet of you this large icy glacier, and the exact point where winter starts.
So Hodo's unconscious right now.
No, he's awake. He's just not good.
And I think Balthar, or whatever he should be around too, right? But he's not here either.
Yeah, Beldar will be there eventually.
Great. The blind leading the blind.
So, boss, what's next? I got another round in me.
Yeah, because we had such a whale of a time last time.
He cocks a coy smile, and he's like,
Hey, look. I didn't realize it wasn't deep enough for me. In fact, I was meant to turn into a fish.
Can I see any other direction besides this winter wasteland?
If you head backwards, you head back towards summer. This is the bridge between winter and summer. It's basically collided via this glacial river.
Okay. Well, we know winter's trying to kill us. We don't know where anyone else is. We know we lost one member. We're beaten, and the big question is if there's a safer place in summer to rest, because right now we are at our end here. I would probably go back towards summer just to find a place to rest and recover.
You want to go
'Cause
back?
Not for long. We still need to figure out the solution, but we're beat down right now. We're all hurt. Because I think we need a safe place to rest and recover.
Do you think they'll want to buy some potions?
Oh, let me see what I have on me. I think I'm broke.
There's a small fortune.
He
Don't
says-
worry.
Like, I don't know if I can afford another potion. I mean, the last one at least allowed me to burn through the bars, but that was some spicy potion you gave me.
Well, I told you they were good.
Trying to, 1 second, Cap. What I'm looking for is I have one spell that heals left. I'm trying to figure out if I want to use it or let us recover. Hold it in case of emergency. I'm gonna hold it. Sure. So there's no landmass, just this glacier, right?
So you're on the riverbank. Okay.
Yeah.
You can see land on the other side of this river. This river is about 2.5 miles across. Up ahead of you, about 200-300 feet, is this huge glacial mass that is carving through the land. Now, the glacier itself, the actual ice of the glacier, is sloping down into the river, but it is pushing down on the river rather than melting and making the river rise. Behind you is, as I say, heading back to summer, because this glacier has cut through the land and connected winter and summer, which in itself is a bit of a problem.
So we need to go see what's driving this glacier forward is what I'm getting. Because if this is causing the damage and kind of interrupting the seasons, then this is probably the main problem we're running into that's weakening the other seasons and disturbing the balance. I think we're going to try to take it cautiously up. Since we're already on one bank, I don't think I'd want to swim all the way back 2 miles across the other river. I think we would end up traveling along the glacier to try to figure out and keep an alert out for any trouble till we can find at least a safer place to shelter.
Yeah. So you're going to head up the riverbank and travel next to the glacier, yeah?
That's correct.
So you head over, you cross the threshold, and you notice the temperature drop instantly. This is cold, cold. As you step across, you start moving, and it feels like you are walking for a good 50, 60 minutes, but making very little progress because every tree looks identical here. Every patch of ice looks identical. The river behind you disappears. the icy, barren lands that are in front of you seem to go on forever now.
There's no caves. There's nothing that looks like a place to take shelter.
Maybe a perception check.
Second. Huh? Yeah. 18? Yeah? Huh?
Right. Before we carry on, Maven, I need you to go and get a thermostat. Like a thermometer, sorry.
Thermometer, huh?
Yeah, you need to take your temperature. Make sure you're feeling okay, because you rolled above a 10.
Yeah, no, I'm going to change my dice to fire dice, because I think I need something a little bit warm.
On an 18, you would see on the other side of this glacier, it's very, very faint. Very faint. But you can see this odd kind of pattern in the snow, where the snow kind of rises up and then just rests. Almost like very, very tiny little cliff edges. And when I say very tiny, I mean they're only sort of 3 or 4 inches. They're not anything exciting, but it's just that kind of shape, the sort of rise and then drop.
I'm going to go inspect and check that area out.
You are going to have to cross the glacier.
No, I don't think we have any other choice, I think. Let me see something. Let's see if there's any spells I have that can help me. I don't think there's anything
Don't you
cantrip-wise.
have wings?
It limited time.
And
It only lasts for 10 minutes, Cap.
Oh, fair enough. You're just in time, Andros, if you can hear.
What did I join in on?
So, quick recap for you. So, Naki is currently in the hovel with Stumple Riltskin, who has cast a bit of goblin magic and is currently spectating you, Beldar, Vortic and Hodo, as you have, by Vortic's decision, travelled up the riverbank towards an ice shield glacier that is pressing down into summer. As you have stepped over the threshold and walked for about an hour, nothing but ice and identical trees are before you, and Vortic has noticed a rather odd shape in the snow, let's say, on the other side of this glacier, and has decided to, well, you can decide amongst yourselves now whether you want to go and investigate this rather odd feature in the snow, which is only a couple of inches difference.
Okay, we get it. Somebody stuck their dick in the snow.
And whether or not to cross this glacier.
So Vorg will say, I think we're in the Winter Court's territory. I don't know. We got to find some place to shelter and recover. We're all beat down, but it was a 2-mile trek back across the river to get to Summer. So Vortic doesn't feel like going back would serve any purposes. We've already lost a lot of our members. So, but how far would this little weird demarcation be, or how far does it look like it is?
A few hundred feet, maybe 10 minutes away.
And I know we have no weapons, so
You do have your weapons.
Oh, we do. Okay, I thought we didn't have our weapons. When we were captured.
You didn't when you were captured.
How do we get him back?
You don't know. No one's even questioned it yet.
He had an illusion that we didn't have our weapons.
Am I the only one that's actually brought up this question?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh boy.
Okay, is there some skill I could use to figure out how we got our weapons back? Would that be our Arcana?
Yeah.
What?
Arcana, yes.
Oh, hell. I told you I changed to fire. Let's see if this helps. Oh, I got exhaustion. That's why. Okay. Yeah, I got a 14.
If Milthrin wants to help, Milthrin can help.
Hmm?
Do you want to make an Arcana check?
Also, can I use guidance?
I'm
You can.
not fucking helping.
All right, that's not as bad. That's a 17.
Guys, we found where the curse went.
You can keep it for a while.
On a 17, it wasn't so much an illusion as it was an enchantment upon your gear and weapons. That whilst you was in the tower, anything of material threat would vanish from its owner's possession. The tower, since being blown up, returned those possessions. At least that's the leading theory.
That means we'd have the spear then too. Build our spear so we'd have all of our... Okay. Well, in that case, I feel a little bit better. Gonna look over at Melthrin and be like, "This is outside of my zone." He's like, "We either go deeper or we try to head back." He's like, "And right now, none of us can swim that river, so I think we have no choice."
Yeah, the river and glacier are both about 2.5 miles apart. Sorry, 2.5 miles wide.
Yeah, but we can't make that swim. None of us would survive again. All right, we'll keep it. We'll move towards it.
We are going to go for a very short reprieve. The captain hears a little gremlin upstairs who needs to be settled back down. I will be right back.
You could have paused Archivist. Dang, I'm looking at all my abilities drained.
$1,000,000 gold to Eris.
How's that clam doing?
Hopefully warm and wet.
Where? And the Desert Thorn maze that you're in?
Yeah, I have food.
At half speed?
We're
Half
fine.
speed?
Oh, it was a great choice.
Well, what's funny is I have a cantrip that could have kept it warm.
You're gonna keep my clam warm for me?
I could have, but I'm not around you now.
I'm currently writing the last 2 paragraphs of my assignment while doing this, and the amount of times and where my brain will just autopilot and I start typing what you guys are saying is hilarious. I'm just talking about how divorce negatively affects children and stops them from achieving their best academic outcome, and then it's like, and suddenly Milthrin is fucked.
Yeah, I've got Sacred Flame. I mean, I could have probably kept something warm.
I guess I shouldn't be surprised that I'd be getting fucked.
Well, at least you're not in a desolate hedge maze with a cold clam. A cold, hungry clam.
Put it in your mouth.
I don't know if it'll fit.
It's a little bit big right now, yeah.
So,
I mean,
as you guys, behave, Enrus.
I'm an adult. I'm an adult. I will not make such low bearing fruit jokes.
Oh, check in character.
No, I mean, at the end of the day. Oh my god, what have you shared? Dare I even look? I'm looking on my phone just in case this is not appropriate for stream. Like, oh my god. Right. Speaking of which, as you guys are deciding to traverse this glacier, back in the hovel, Stumple turns to Naki. Interesting. They're heading over to... Well, we'll turn the channel back in a minute. Let's see what your other friend is up to. Shall we?
Yeah, might as well. Leave me in suspense, thanks.
Would you like a cookie?
I think that...
I have it on good authority. These are very good.
Natki will take it and inspect it.
It looks like a good cookie. Behave, Endros.
The mute was awesome.
Funniest thing
I am an adult. I am an adult.
I am a surgeon.
Can't stop it.
Funniest thing is, we can hear that Endros has something in his mouth whilst he's trying not to laugh, and that's the whole
Hopefully not
irony
infernal
of it.
clam.
Because I'm eating my dinner.
Is it infernal clams?
Right, let's just mute Endros for a minute.
I'll mute myself.
So,
Okay.
Eris, we come to you.
Yes.
You have just obviously entered this hedge maze, and it's halted your mobility slightly, meaning that you can only move half a movement. Now you can see that if you go right, there's probably 100, 200 foot trail.
Could I get a map?
No. If you go left, there's maybe 50, 60 foot of a trail. And directly in front of you, can you make me a perception check?
Is it metagaming if I use Girl Scout logic?
What's Girl Scout logic?
You put your right hand on the wall and you keep following it. Tends
The
to get you
thorns.
out of the labyrinth.
Thorns.
Oh yeah, thorns. Fuck. Sorry, what did you need me to roll?
Perception, please.
You're killing thorns and she wants to put her hands on it.
I forgot about the thorns.
On a 23, just in front of you, in the center of this hedge, which is about 15, 20 feet thick, and as I say, it's about 15, 20 foot high, can see what appears to be a door that is embedded in the hedge itself.
I'm gonna inspect the door,
Maybe an investigation.
at least try. I gotta stop closing my fucking character sheet. Investigation. Oh, lovely. Why do I have a -2 effect? What is that
Exhaustion.
from? Oh,
So for each level of exhaustion you have, you get -2 to your checks.
I could like totally just long rest in this maze.
If you want to risk it.
I mean, I was gonna say nothing's attacked me yet.
So as you look upon this door in the hedge, it looks like the door was there first and the hedge came later. You can just about make out an image of 3 little fairies that are engraved on the door. One with the letter B, one with the letter G, and one with the letter Y, all written in Elvish, if you understand Elvish.
I think I do. Hold on, let me check my languages.
That's under abilities at the bottom. Yes, you do.
Okay. BGY. That is not a word if I know words. Is there a door handle?
There is. Again, I
Okay.
will warn you, it is embedded in this rose bush.
So I can't touch the handle without getting poked.
You can try.
I got it at full health either. Ah, I'll try it. Screw it. Worst case, I die in a rose maze. What do I want to roll for that?
Hold on. Hold on. I will ask you only once. Are you sure?
Yes.
Now I'm not sure. I was sure. I'm gonna step away from the door. I'm not gonna touch the door now.
Okay.
Is there anything else I see other than door?
Not in this bush. You've got the trail left and the trail right.
Okay. Do I hear anything?
Nope. You can
I can't
hear,
get rid of
you can hear
points of
this-
exhaustion.
You can hear the
Sorry.
singing of the birds.
Okay. But it seems calm, normal.
Yeah.
Okay. I can't get rid of exhaustion points on short rests, right? It has to be a long
Correct.
rest.
Correct.
And how many hours is a long rest?
8.
Okay. 8 hours honked out in a maze that I don't know that has thorns. Is there any is there any way that I could huck myself into the hedge without getting hurt?
Hook yourself into the hedge.
Yeah, curl up underneath the hedge so that I have the hedge to protect me while I sleep.
Do you have anything you can arguably dig a decent hole with?
I don't know. Let's see. Do I have a shovel?
No.
No, I do not. I have my staff.
Oh.
I hate to break it to you, but a fairy-sized staff is not going to dig a hole.
Not if. Am I fairy? Right, I'm thinking pixies. Pixies are. Okay. Okay. That idea is out the window. Well, okay, if I'm a fairy and the writing on the door is fairies in Elvish, would I have any idea what that could possibly mean?
So the writing on the door doesn't say fairies in Elvish, it just says BGY.
Sorry. Yes, but there's like fairies on it, so I was like, maybe it has some kind of historical meaning to fairy. Okay. Huh.
I'm trying to work out why my camera is deciding to lag out on me.
I was gonna say
I'm
we
gonna
see
try
you fine.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and take a long rest, even though that's probably a really bad idea, and it's probably gonna get me killed. Somehow. Fairy has gotta sleep.
So you don't want to go left or right, you want to sleep in the entrance of this maze.
And that, saying it out loud, sounds stupid, so I'm gonna go to the left a little bit.
I will ask you only once.
God damn it!
Sure.
I'm gonna trust my intuition and go left.
Okay. So you turn towards the longest path, and as you round the corner, and you pass the corner of the hedge behind you shuts.
That both makes me feel slightly more safe and very much less safe. Other than that, do I notice anything that would alarm me?
Make me a survival check.
I just want to sleep, man. Fuck.
So, whilst you don't really pick up on any signs of danger immediately, I'll allow you a history check.
Oh, that was so mean. It almost rolled a 20.
This is the Queen's Hedge Maze. You've heard rumours and stories about such a place, but you've never actually witnessed it for yourself. It's said to be one of the Queen's more lethal games to play.
Oh, fuck. A -2 messes with so many rolls. Alright, I'm gonna keep exploring because I feel like sleeping is just gonna kill me faster.
So you're going to press on.
I feel like that is the better option of than possibly getting
I
killed
will
in my
ask
sleep.
you only once.
God
Are you
damn it!
sure?
No, I'm not sure about anything I'm doing.
That's good.
I can't
That's
go.
good.
I can't go back either. Like, yeah, I'm sure.
Who said you can't go back?
The fact that there is a closed hedge behind me. Seems kind of like I'm stuck in a direction.
So the beautiful thing about Fantasy Grounds is that I can do this. Give me just 2 seconds. And then we go. Oh. Okay. Oh, there we go. That's what I was looking for. Should be able to rotate the sun. Because I haven't done this right at all. Do it better next time. But this is just for representation purposes. So, this is your current predicament.
Mm-hmm. I am backed in a corner.
I mean, that's the bush that's closed behind you.
Yeah. It doesn't really seem like I have another option other than going forward.
Sure.
Can I investigate the hedge behind me?
If you want to.
Something tells me it's just gonna be like, it's a hedge. Where's...
On a 10. There's nothing in the hedge.
Okay.
The hedge is just magical and they move at will.
If I walk towards it, it doesn't move or anything, does it?
No.
Okay, well, I only have one direction to go, so I'm gonna go that direction.
Okay. So, you move twice, which gets you to about there. Because, you know, exhaustion.
Mm-hmm.
And you see, up front, a wolf. Now this doesn't look like any ordinary wolf. This wolf appears to have some kind of roses growing out of its back, like a giant plant.
Okay. Has it noticed me?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just gonna, like, look at the wolf.
So you're doing nothing else?
I feel like I feel like battling this wolf is not a choice. It's just gonna happen. I can't pronounce this spell. God damn it. Shelag?
Shillelagh.
Shillelagh. I'm gonna cast that and just like prepare myself.
Okay. So, as you cast Shillelagh, the wolf goes from just observing to giving a slight snarl. But doesn't move. If you... Why can't I hear anyone?
I'm here.
Okay. I just saw the green lights flashing up and nobody talking.
I'm gonna stand my ground, but I'm not gonna get any closer. See if maybe the wolf will just bugger off.
Meanwhile, back in the hovel, Stumble turns to that key.
Are your friends always this stupid?
What do you mean by that?
No, there's a wolf looking at her, and all she's doing is looking back at it.
And what else is she supposed to do? Attack it?
Well, do something at least. I mean, do you not think this boring? Just a staring contest with an oversized doggy?
Welcome back to me forgetting I'm a druid and I can speak to the fucking wolf.
Actually, I think it's quite intelligent. I mean, observing your opponents is better than not.
Quite true. You really are, aren't you? Very clever. Very clever indeed. Not just a pretty face.
Okay. So what? I'm getting the feeling you want to go back to the other group and see what they're doing since this is boring you.
Well, I wasn't going to say, but if you insist, I mean...
And you see him reach his hand and just tap the boomerang as it flips back round to Vortic and Milthrin.
It's cold.
Yes.
So, you guys traverse over this glacier, and as your foot touches about the center point of it, you see a giant castle cast in ice appear where those grooves of snow were.
Fuck.
Hmm.
Oh. That's not good.
But we can't stay out here. We either... I don't know where else to go.
Well, certain death or a certain death. Your pick.
Well, we already know the Winter Court's not going to side with us. What are our choices right now?
I'll tell you
Certain
what.
Death?
I tell you what. Why don't you both make a survival check?
Negative. Or no. 3. Hold on. Guidance. A 7. There's the rolls that I was missing earlier.
So what was it? A 7 and a 7. So I'll see.
I got a 7. He got 11.
Okay.
Looks like
7-11. So.
Yeah.
As you guys glance across towards this castle, though there's no immediate evidence of passers-by or people walking in and out, because remember, you've been observing this space for quite some time.
So no one's coming in and out. We see a castle there. And yet we don't see no movement or anything like that.
Correct.
From the castle. Is there a gate?
No gate. This is just a solid structure that was invisible until you touched that center point of the glacier.
Vortic will look over at Melton and be like, well, if you want, I could try to slowly melt my way through it. I've got a cantrip that'll generate heat, but I don't know what it'll do. Are you there,
I'm here.
Melton?
Hi. Yeah. I apologize. It's been a very long day.
I'm going. We're how close? We're right next to this wall, right? Now that it's pretty close.
I mean, you're not.
Or how far is the castle?
I mean, the castle at this point is maybe 100 feet away from you.
We ain't get that. I'm gonna start heading that direction.
Ooh,
Sure.
hollow.
As you guys,
I don't know what.
As you guys start your approach towards this castle, you happen to glance behind, and you notice these wolves that appear to be almost following you. But they're not like your everyday wolves. They appear to have fangs and claws of ice.
Are they looking aggressive? How many?
Maybe 3 or 4. And at the moment, they appear to just be watching. They're not chasing.
Well, we
Clearly
can't go
what we-
back.
Clearly, what we need to go do is go. Tuh, tuh. Open sesame.
Vortic's gonna keep moving slowly towards them and watch the behaviors of the wolves.
As you move, so do they. At all times, they appear to be standing around 30 feet away from you. At no point do they lunge or seem to chase you down.
Basically, we're going where they want us to go. Can I do it insight? Is that what I think they're doing?
You can make an insight check.
$22.
On a 22, as you observe these wolves, they do appear intelligent. They appear to be exceptionally clever. It would be a safe assumption, were these normal wolves, to think that they are taking their time to beat you down with numbers, but rather than exert their energy in such a hostile environment, they're choosing to let the environment do the work for them. That's a safe assumption. But as you look upon these wolves, there is something far more nefarious going on. Reading their body language and behavior is one thing. Calculating what exactly is going on is another entirely.
So they look suspicious, like we're walking into a trap, is what I get the feeling. Is there any other structures around besides this castle?
Just this castle.
Let's see. I'm going to look at the wolves because they're about 30 feet away, and I'm going to speak. We'll see what happens. I'm going to pretty much say, I don't suppose you know. I'm going to just say it out because I'm thinking of Mike. You don't know of a nice little safe, warm place to stay, do you?
As you say that, their behavior shifts as they stop just observing and start to snarl and bare teeth.
So not friendly.
They're still not attacking.
Yeah, but they're not friendly. All right, I'm going to continue to the castle. We're not in the shape to fight them right now. We're too weak.
As you head up to the castle, you are met by two large crystallized doors. Can you both make me a perception check, please?
16. Guidance. 18.
Milthrin?
He's got mute.
Alright. I mean, 18 is more than enough anyway. So, on an 18, you would notice there is a bright light that appears to be emanating from within inside. And as you look across like from standing at the door, the angle is just about right that as you look down either side of this castle, the ice seems to be shimmering like a rainbow. Like light itself is being refracted. You sort of step another step closer towards the door and you hear this unexpected noise. And as you look down, you notice there is water that is pooling around the bottom of this door.
Almost like it's melting.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh. Maybe the Land of Ice is not doing so good themselves. I'll point at Melton. I'll point out the water, but other than that, I will test the doors. I will try to use one of my. Let me see if there's a tool or something. I'm not going to touch the dang door just in case something goofy happens.
Would I make something goofy happen for touching a door?
Of course. I'll try. I'll have my warhammer out, so I'll kind of test the door a little bit, like put it up against it, give it a slight shove.
As you do, the door swings open effortlessly. It should almost grind against the floor, and where there would be hinges, it should sound like some kind of crunching or grinding and be far, far thicker and heavier. But it kind of just slides open effortlessly with very little effort put behind it. Just from the doorway, as the door swings open, the light on the other side is almost blinding.
Is it radiating heat too?
It certainly is.
Damn it. So what else do so I can't see anything in there because of the light. Let me see.
I mean, it's not that you can't see because of the light, it's because at the moment you're just looking at what appears to be sort of a room that's 50 foot across.
And something inside is damaging this ice world, or the ice area. It may not do me any good, but I'm going to cast Benediction on myself just to give myself something. And then I'm going to try to peek around the corners and peek in and see if, try to look for traps, look for something I might be concerned about doing. Maybe inspection.
You can do an investigation.
With all these negatives, it's kicking my ass. That still ain't bad with the negative. I'll guidance it too. An 18 again.
On 18, as you sort of peer around the corner very, very cautiously, you first look towards the source of the light, and what you see, especially you, Vortic, makes you very unhappy. You see the sun cage. The cage that should be in Estable, heating their land, is here in the Crystal Ice Castle.
So it appears the Queen has turned all the courts against each other. Are the wolves still back there?
They are, and they've pacified slightly since you last checked.
Let's see if I have. I don't think I have any abilities. Dang it. I'd actually have something I could possibly do. I wasn't.
Milthrin, are you with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Right. So I know this is generating this, is melting this. That means the ceiling's melting, everything's melting, correct?
It would appear that way.
So we've got limited time to go inspect. I'm going to turn towards the wolves. And basically say, I want to help stop this, but I'm not familiar with this, your home or this castle. Can you at least speak to us?
You see one wolf, ever so slightly larger than the rest, step forward, cautiously, very cautiously, as if the slightest jolt of movement from either of you, any of you, will cause an attack.
Okay.
The wolf puts his paw down into the snow in front of you and lifts it up, leaving... Or rather, sorry, the wolf appears to sort of turn his paw to the side and presses it down into the snow, and then uses his nose to dot 5 dots over the top of it. When he steps back, it would appear the shape of a footprint from a bipedal species, like a human or an elf.
So you get turned into these wolves? So they made a foot imprint is what it is, what you're saying.
Yeah. And you are right in your deduction. That is what it appears they are trying to tell you. That something or someone has turned the Winter Eladrin into wolves. And on that beat, we're going to skip back to the hovel.
Now things are really getting interesting. My, I might... Yes, I might just go and bake some muffins. Do you like muffins?
They're alright. They're not my favorite.
Oh, now come. I'll put some chocolate in it. You like chocolate, don't you?
Again, not my favorite. I'm gonna be honest, I don't have the biggest sweet tooth.
Fine, I'll make them cheese. All you had to do was ask.
And he kind of steps towards the back of the room where you've been observing. You see him just snap his fingers as the scrying doorway disappears and the boomerang just falls to the floor.
Sorry, I just don't want to miss anything.
Of course you don't.
Oh, I've gone robot. Right.
You're not robot to us. Yep.
There we go. I will be getting in touch with the creators of this product because this happens way too often now. Yes. So he steps to what appears to be the back of the room, and he literally just pushes the wall. And as he pushes the wall, you see this stone oven appear. And he just flicks a little spark to light it. You see him sort of mixing eggs, mixing flour, all these material plain ingredients that you wouldn't expect to find in the Feywilds.
Did you happen to bring all these ingredients with you?
Of course. You can't make good food with Feywild stuff. They'd have you eating berries for the rest of your life. Just plain boring.
And Natki's just gonna kind of take a look around the place a little bit more while he's cooking.
So tell me, dear. You've got one group of friends and an individual. all apparently facing down a pack of wolves. How do you know which one to help?
I'd... Well, I mean, right now it seems like they're both handling each other. Both sides are handling each other or themselves pretty well. I don't know. I guess it's just still kind of seeing where it leads them.
Oh, quite, yes. Yes, watching this gives so much more information. Why put yourself in danger when your friends can do it for you?
Okay, look, let's... I thought you were intrigued by this. Why are you questioning me all of a sudden?
I'm just curious. And curious people ask questions. It's the only way you get to know who people really are.
Mm-hmm. And yet you've suddenly, what, taken an interest in me and my group?
I never didn't have an interest. After all, you are the ones who are destined to wield the glaive. I tried to get it once, but apparently the answer of 21 gold pieces was incorrect.
Yeah, duh, because it's 20.
Okay. Yeah, well. So something has turned the winter ladrin, and I'm guessing the, what, summer ladrin maybe? I don't know, into wolves. Do you have anything? Do you know anything about this?
My own assumption would be Her Grand Majesty's final phase of her plan. If there's nobody left to contest her, she can't be contested.
Great.
See, the problem is...
Has she done...
Neither of us know where she is. Otherwise, I would drop you to your friends straight away. But one of them, I feel, is heading toward her, whilst the other is heading away. Would you like some tea?
No, I'll pass right now. But thanks for the offer.
I feel you will be here for a while.
Look, as long as...
At this moment, can you make me an insight check?
Yes, I can. Okay.
So, on a 7, obviously he's been a gracious host, he's been offering you food, offering you drink, and asking questions of a seemingly inquisitive mind. But something that is currently happening doesn't feel particularly straightforward.
What do you mean I'm gonna be here for a while?
Well, as I said, I'll take you to your friends as soon as we know where the Queen is. There's no point in us leaving just yet, because we could step into the wrong part of town and find ourselves next to useless.
Can you just make me a perception check as well?
Yeah, I can.
As you look around and you sort of peer outside of the hovel, one thing does strike you as fairly odd. Stumble appears to be complaining about having to eat fruit and berries in the Feywilds. His palate and the food he's served have mostly been things like pastries and sweet treats, but all based in what I would class as non-meat products. Yet outside he appears to have a rather large pen of various farmyard animals. So out there's a couple of chickens, a cow, a few pigs.
Kind of interesting they got all those creatures out there, and yet you don't seem to want to eat meat.
Oh, I eat meat, just not very often. Don't worry, you're perfectly safe. I once tried Infernal, and let's just say I got burned.
Uh-huh. And what do you mean you don't eat meat very often? What, can you eat it every so often, or do you just choose not to?
If I ate all the meat, what would I feed my pet?
Pet? What kind of pet?
Shh, 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 shh.
Oh, hold on. Buddy. Hold on. The flipping noise suppression's on again. Where's the noise then? He goes, shh, 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 shh.
It's about to start again.
And he spins the boomerang. As we jump back to Eris and her predicament.
Boot muted probably still.
Yeah. You there, cats? Going once.
I'm here. Sorry.
That's all right. So yes, you see this wolf with a flower on its back. You cast Shillelagh and it started snarling at you, but didn't actually move into attack.
I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals because I forget that is a spell that I have.
Need to check the verbiage. Need to check the verbiage on this spell. Cool. So you can't speak with animals. What do you say?
Hello.
It does not appear to understand.
Cool. Awesome. I mean, just because it doesn't appear doesn't mean that it doesn't. I'm gonna be like, I mean you no harm. I promise. Okay. Weird wolf is not an animal. Cool.
You
else do I got
notice
here?
the longer you try to engage this wolf, the more aggressive its stance becomes, and can you make me a perception check?
Yeah.
As you're watching, your eyes are fixed to its eyes. Can you make me a nature check quickly?
Nature check.
Was that a 5? 9.
Like,
I think on a 9 you'd probably pass this one. So as you're looking into this wolf's eyes, you know normal wolves take that as a challenge. But you've been looking in this wolf's eyes for some time now. And it hasn't attacked you. Yes, its stance has got slightly aggressive, but that's when you've tried to engage with it.
See, I don't want to step close to the wolf because I'm gonna get bit. I don't want to get bit. And I can deduce from the fact that speak with animal doesn't work that it's not an animal, so trying animal handling isn't gonna help. I do have a wild shape left. Fucking giant pangolin. Which, by the way, there is a sheet for that because I made sure. I got excited about what I could possibly turn into.
Giant pangolin. I don't think I have that. Do you know what book that's even in?
I don't know what book it's in. I just know it exists.
Poisonous snake and giant rat is all I've got. It might be in another book.
Can I send you the link to where I found it?
Oh, it's in the... Oh, I know where it is. It's alright. I know where it is. Hold on. No. No, it should be.
You're getting message pings, but not receiving any messages.
I heard it, but I don't know where either.
Okay. Let's load those two. Apparently that's where it is. Okay. Well, I will have to make a stat block for this at another time. But yes, you turn into a giant pangolin. Oh, it's a dire pangolin.
Yeah.
Okay. That's different from giant.
Oh, my bad.
It's alright. Let's see if that comes up then. No. Which is really, really, really odd. Oh well.
Armored.
Yeah, you
That
see,
looks
I'm
mean.
thinking wolf teeth armor, big brain.
So, yes, you turn into a pangolin. You're basically a giant sand shrew.
Yeah. I'm gonna start walking towards the wolf.
As you start walking,
I'm not staying backed into a corner.
As you start walking forwards, move your token for me.
Yeah, 1 second. My mouse shuts off very quickly. How far? What is my movement speed now?
Oh, you got 30 feet.
But it's half. So half of 30
Oh,
is 15.
yeah, 15.
I can
Or
do
10
math.
climbing. You got 5 burrowing it too. You could have done that hit in the bushes if you needed to.
Fuck! I could have just like buried into the ground and had my fucking long rest. Hibernate. Oh my god! I keep opening Minecraft trying to go into Discord.
That's funny.
It's too easy to go on mute. I'm trying to stay off mute for a while.
So, as you move towards the wolf backs off slightly.
That's right. I'm bigger. I'm better. There's gonna be like 8 wolves, and I'm gonna be outnumbered, and it's gonna suck.
Nah, it's a spring and ladron. Or summer, or one of them.
Yeah, but you don't know that in
But-
character.
No, she don't.
Well, but if it's no, I guess if it was an Eladrin, speak with animals would have just been stupid. I
Yep.
should have just tried to speak to it first.
Sorry, I'll shut up. I'm not supposed to talk out of character, am I?
You can talk out of character, it doesn't bother me. Like above tabletop talk, it happens all the time. But I was just,
I'm good at not metagaming.
That's what I figured. That's why I was just chatting.
I wasn't. Oh, I wasn't having a moan, Maven. You're fine.
Okay.
I need to stop doing my laundry on the same days that I have D&D.
So, what do you do with this wolf backing off from you?
I'm just gonna keep moving forward.
Come in.
I don't like the grin you have.
Why is everyone paranoid of the DM? Jeez.
No, I wonder.
He helps you too. Everyone thinks the DM's a bad guy. He's not. He's a storyteller. Come on.
This time, as you move towards the wolf, he stands perfectly still, without moving a muscle. Not aggressive, not passive, but observing.
I'm going to walk towards the wolf more, but kind of with that obvious submissive kind of stance. Like, I don't mean you harm.
Can you make me a dex save, please?
Ruh-roh. I think a tiny little fairy would have a higher dex than +2.
A +2.
As you cross this threshold, you hear the bushes start to shift and move. And you are forced to leap out of the way. Now I assume you're leaping forwards.
Leaping forwards.
Yes, because you have to move quickly. Unless you're hovering forwards. Or darting forwards. Or are you going to dart backwards?
I'm gonna jump back a little bit.
Sure. You jump back. And as you do,
Huh? One bush isn't enough?
never enough.
Okay, cool. I am in a box. I'm in a box without a wolf. I mean, could be worse. Why are there more bushes?
Why are you worried?
I didn't see anything. I don't know, why would I be worried about the thorny bushes slowly closing in? It's not like I've never seen Star Wars before. Nature's trash compactor. I'm gonna look around and investigate. How I wish I could use perception instead of investigation.
I mean, I'll allow you a perception check. It's not on this one. It's not too much to ask. On a 13, the bush that moved in front of you grew thick and fast. Had you failed, it would have likely got you the denizen thorn, which you know is poisonous to your kind. And a new pathway opens up.
There's still a bush in the way, but I'm gonna pretend that the bush is not there, because I feel like the bush is not supposed to be there.
It's harder to move a stamp than it is an asset.
Yeah.
So, if basically, if you can't see past it, it's there. If you can, it's not.
Cool. I'm gonna walk through the not bush.
Lambs and bushes. Man.
Whole fucking ground's moving. Suddenly, I fall into the void.
That's not something you want to wish for.
Hello, Nowhere King.
Don't give me ideas. I don't need them.
Oh boy.
Captain,
like-
you were very quiet. I don't know if
He said nowhere. It's the way to get you out of here.
Is that better?
Yes.
So,
Okay. Oh.
as you turn this corner and you pass that threshold, you hear it again, that unsettling noise of roots rapidly branching out. And growing faster and thicker than before. And you watch as bushes at the side also start to get thicker and fuller.
Not fun. Yeah. There's only one way to go. I'm gonna move my token to where I want to move, and you can let me know if I run into things on the way.
Sure.
Slowly moving it one by one is tedious.
So you get to hear
New wolf.
make me an insight check. The wolf comes round the corner more confidently than the previous one you saw. As it watches.
I try to speak to this wolf with
What do you say
animal
to it?
speaking.
With animal speaking.
Well, yeah, I don't know that normal speaking works, so I'm gonna keep trying to talk to the wolf the way that I talk to a wolf.
You speak to it like a wolf. The wolf starts to cock its head like a confused dog.
Okay, obviously I know that this is the Winter Queen's labyrinth. So,
Not the Winter
It
Queen's,
would-
this is the Fey Queen's labyrinth.
the Fey Queen's, yes. So it would make sense to assume that these are her pet wolves. Which would make sense to speak to the wolf in English, or common.
Would it?
I feel like that makes enough sense for me to try.
So what?
It, like-
I mean, the Fey Queen herself is a much more advanced caster, and you would
Yeah.
know that. Which means it's not beyond the realms of the possibility that she can talk to these creatures in this form.
True. Okay, fair. I was just seeing if there was a reason why my character would it would make sense to speak to it in common.
How about
I'm gonna-
because speaking to it in wolf doesn't work?
Yeah, no, that would make sense. Look, I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, alright? I'm just the funniest. I'm gonna slowly approach the wolf. This time speaking in common, hello?
It appears to be trying to communicate with them, but all it can do is growl and snarl. Doesn't appear to even be able to yelp or whimper. All it can do is growl and snarl.
I'm going to slowly approach and investigate the wolf.
Sure. On a 14. As you look over this book, this one in particular appears to have these roses running rampant over its body. And as you get a little bit closer, you realise that these roses are not part of this book, in the sense that the wolf is part of the rose. It's more like a parasite. As you notice the plant's roots poking just underneath the surface of the wolf's skin.
a curse is completely different than a disease, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
At this moment in time as well, you may be a Constitution saving throw.
I swear to God, if this is the clan.
Despite being in what would be a fairly warm environment, you start to feel a shiver and a cold chill over your body. Something doesn't feel right.
I blurt out, this fucking clam?
As you look inside your pack, your clan appears to be slowing. And as it slows, it means it's losing vitality. And as it loses vitality, as it is soul-bound, so do you.
As a pangolin, am I able to try and feed my clam a ration, or would I have to turn into a person?
Oh, you would need to turn into a person.
Okay. I don't know if there's a specific button I have to press to cancel my wild shape.
No, you just mark it off on your sheet that you've used a wild shape, that's it.
Okay. I am gonna turn back into a fairy. I'm gonna try and give my stupid clam a ration.
As you touch the clam, you realise the clam is freezing cold.
Okay. Then I'm gonna get out my tinderbox and try and make a tiny little fire, and hopefully not piss the hedges off.
What are you burning with? This is lush vegetation, which is not easy to burn.
I have a tinderbox and a torch.
Okay, that's fine. So you pull out a torch and some tinder and you start to burn it and you start a little tiny fire. What do you do then?
The clam's attached to my hand, right?
No. No, it just has to be on your person at all times.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna hold the clam out on top of the fire and risk burning my fucking hand for this clam.
You're pushing your hand over the fire.
With the clam! I have to touch the clam!
You don't have to touch the clam. You just have to be in its vicinity.
Oh, okay, then I'm just gonna throw the clam on top of the fire.
As you do, you see the clam kind of snuggle down into the flames and the ash as it gets comfortable for a little while. Used to far higher temperatures. And you can see its colour starting to return, the sort of magnificent crimson colours that these clams are known to display. And at that moment,
Look at the fucking clams.
at that moment, we're going to spin back to the hovel.
Poor Ladrin's just staring at this like, what the fuck?
My, I didn't realize you had acquired such an exotic pet.
Yeah, well, my acquaintance didn't listen to a warning.
That seems to be a running trend with your group.
Try to please the DM once.
Let me ask you. Do you know if she would ever part with that pet?
From my knowledge, I think she very much would, but I don't know if, soulbound? So I don't know if she'd actually part with it, even though I think
Oh,
she
that's
very
no-
much would like to.
That's no problem for me to deal with.
What, you interested in the clam?
Make me an insight.
Not terrible.
You notice his verbiage very carefully chosen.
Yeah, not a problem for you.
Not a problem for him to make a deal with.
Okay.
You see, I am quite used to exotic pets. My own is coming of age very soon.
And you suddenly hear this loud squeal from outside the hovel.
Wow.
As
And how did you-
this shadow like flutter across the room, and as you look outside, you count the animals, and there's one less pig.
So you've got a soulbound clam.
Me, no. Always wanted pets of that nature are very interesting, very clever, very intelligent. Did you know that a fully grown soul-bound clam, properly kept, can make one near impenetrable?
How so?
Well, raised right, these creatures of symbiosis will do everything to protect their host in exchange for food, energy, vitality, pretty much anything that a creature that can move could give it. These creatures at full size, although they are slow and heavy, can carry vast more amounts. And in times of crisis, even protect their owners from the most violent forms of fire and ash.
And why does that intrigue you?
You can never be too careful in the Feywilds. Don't you think it'd be handy to have a living set of armor that you never had to wear?
Can't say that I'm opposed to it. But if it's soulbound, if it dies, you die.
Precisely, and if I die, it dies. So it becomes of its interest to protect me. Can you make me one more insight, please? I'm going to give you advantage
Yes.
this time because we've looped this a few times now. And you've still not caught on, which I find mildly
Yeah,
hilarious.
I'm so tired. It's fine.
Do you know what? I'm going to give it to you on the 13.
Okay.
So, on a 13, you realise, and it kind of clicks in your mind, that every time he stops the scrying door, the story of those individuals suddenly pauses, because when he starts it back up again, they're in the same place, facing the same situations. So you could have been watching Milthrin and Beldar and Vortic for 30, 40, 50 minutes, and then go back to your other friend, and they haven't moved in that time.
Okay. I'm gonna ask this again. Where are we?
I told you exactly where we are. Remember, I'm a Seelie, I cannot tell a lie. You are in the hovel. My home, here in the Feywilds.
And so what is it? In between spaces, or is it what? Because clearly we can just check in on my party anytime we want. And it's almost as time resumes.
Oh, we are not in between spaces, my dear. No, what you are watching is events as they have happened, not as they are happening. You've been asleep far longer than you suspect.
So this stuff has already happened.
Correct. Which is why I said to you, wait until we find out where the Fey Queen is first, and then we move. After all, what is time but a few threads that are sown by one who believes themselves a true artist?
So how long have I been asleep exactly?
Well, in your terms, around 400 years. It seems your favoured likes to play a few jokes. You see, the hovel, well, this space is protected, but let me show you something. And he steps outside. Are you coming, or are you staying in there?
Nodkey's gonna follow cautiously.
As you step outside, you look around and you're not just in an old farmhouse. You're on a rock that appears to be in suspended animation above the lands of the Feywilds. But the Feywilds are completely lifeless. The Feywilds below, you can just see bones and bodies of animals and creatures. Trees that once stood tall, proud and strong and beautiful are nothing more than rotting logs within the ground or even stone.
So this is what happens if me and my party fail.
This is what happens if the Fey Queen isn't stopped. I wouldn't say you fail on a personal level, but if everybody fails time after time after time, which is likely to happen, I'll grant you, this is the resulting end. The fake queen living over a dead land.
Great, 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 great.
Now, would you like something to drink? That must have been quite a shock.
What kind of tea do you have?
Only the best kind. And he points over to a little tea bush. Homegrown. Come. I'll show you. I'll teach you a recipe or two. We've got time to kill after all. And he goes to the bush with and he sort of pulls his hand out, and you watch his like his forefinger and thumb sort of turn into not sharp blades, but sharp enough. As he goes to the tea leaf bush and just starts scraping leaves into his other hand. Oh, you might want to duck down.
Not cool. Duck and look around.
As you duck down, a creature moving at a fairly considerable speed, sort of 150 to 200 feet in the matter of seconds, swoops into the animated rock, the suspended rock that you're standing on, grabs the cow, and flies off. Now you do get a good look at this creature, and this creature appears to be some breed of dragon. There you go, you're perfectly safe, he just wanted pudding.
Is that the pet you were talking about?
Yes, his name is Nightwing, and for good reason. Highly intelligent, incredibly evolved. It's amazing what 400 years of loneliness will do to a creature.
Loneliness?
Oh yes. I found him when he was just a youngling. Shortly before I found you. But his kind once flew these skies every few hundred years. Now have disappeared virtually altogether. Sadly, he will never learn how his ancestors used to do the things that they could do. But we live in hope that one day he can return and learn those tricks. Come, there's more to see, I'm sure. Would you like anything else? I'll make that tea for you.
No, I don't need anything else. As she walks back inside and takes, like, her seat again.
He comes in and you watch as these tea leaves dry and crisp in a matter of minutes as he crumbles them into the bottom of the cup. and just pours a little bit of very hot water over the top. Gives it a little stir, sprinkles a little bit of sugar in it, and passes you this nice fresh herbal tea. I believe there's just one more chapter to view before it's time for bed.
You're acting like this is some kind of bedtime story, a fairy tale.
Is not every story a form of fairy tale in the end?
I guess so, but don't fairy tales have some kind of meaning to them, story, morale?
Every story has a fable within it, a lesson to be learned. That is what we are looking for. We are looking for the weakness. We are looking for the moment that things went wrong. Granted, you, in your state and with your possessions, my assumption is that one of the Celestials, or more than one of the Celestials, outstepped their boundaries and tried to stop you from coming back. Hence why you was asleep for so long. Punishment. Not to you, but the ones you follow.
Great. Well, guess let's see where this goes then.
Boy, now you're a really old fart.
Age-wise, nothing's changed, because, like this rock, she was in suspended animation. Sit comfortably. This one could be a rough ride. And you watch as he sort of taps the floor space where a couple of pillows were that you were sitting on, and a rather nice, comfortable chair appears.
Natsuki will kind of shrug and take one of the seats and take a sip of the tea.
As the boomerang starts to spin, once again we see Milthrin and Forty. As the tale continues. Now when we left, you guys were just about to step inside the castle, if I am correct.
We were considering it. But I was actually addressing the wolves, and he just showed me the footprint.
Yeah. They want no part of going inside that castle.
All right. I'm going to ask the wolves. How do we get to the queen that caused this? Oh, I'm sure we can't speak to you, but at least you can maybe guide us to the quickest way to get to her. I'm sure you want us to reverse this just as much as we want to reverse it now.
They just stare intently at the building in front of you.
The building it is. We'll go in.
As you go in, the light and the heat hit you almost immediately in this place. Doesn't burn you, doesn't cause any great level of harm. But obviously the castle itself is melting. And as you look around behind you, you see two icy thrones two figures, or rather one figure sat in each. The Winter King and Queen, frozen as ice before this giant sun cage.
Is there anything I remember in the way they activated this cage or did what they did to contain it that would help?
Actually, make me a history check, because you did observe this quite intently.
Of course, I was going to say guidance. Might as well. 8.
On an
Nothing.
8, I can give you some information. So, the sun cage itself... Excuse me. The sun cage itself, from what you can recall, was almost on some kind of elevation shaft. There was something that was making it go up and down, sort of fixing it in position, as it were.
Okay. So basically, it went up, or it sounds like the Fey realms are not necessarily outwards; they're up and down. 'Cause that's what we've seen so far. The waterfall and
Makes sense, yeah, the logic is there. Not necessarily entirely true, but again, it's a very good point of observation. That there is a sense of elevation to the way the Fey realms are laid out.
did I see the way they made the cage rise? Was there an activation or something when I was there? Or no, I just don't recall that.
You can make
Is
me
the
an
history roll.
investigation check at disadvantage if you wish.
I might as well. I mean, don't know how to disadvantage. Oh, wait a minute, there it is. Figures. I get one of them as a 20, and the other one's a. That's a waste of 20. Damn it!
So, as you try to glance through the blinding light of this captured sun, you can see that on the outside of the cage, right at the base of the cage itself, there is some kind of writing, but you can't make it out in this light. In order to read it, you will need some way to dim it, or some way to get closer without actually burning yourself. Meanwhile, between you both, you notice that the Winter King and Queen are slowly starting to melt.
Is there a way to move them?
Try.
Okay. I'm going to go up and see if I can maneuver one of them away. If they're movable, if I can move their thrones,
So
or if I can move them.
As you put your hands on the throne, you sort of give it a really good hard shove. Maybe an athletics check.
Oh hell, it's not my
You can do
strength.
one as well if you wish to. If you're still with us.
I mean, in theory, we have a bunch of us here, so. Ooh. Hold on. Guidance. Yeah, we both got 17s.
That's nice. So, between you both, you got 18.
18 for him.
So, between you both, you give these thrones a good hard shove as you stand. One of you stands behind the king, the other stands behind the queen. And as you do so, the ice that's attaching the chairs to the floor kind of creaks and cracks as you realise there is a pool of water underneath this very thin top layer of ice, and you give it another really hard shove, and the thrones start to slide. Okay, they start to slide, and you manage to guide them to the outside where it's cold enough that they remain as they are.
Okay. And I'm guessing the wolves probably guard them or are standing around.
So as you push them out into the snow, obviously it becomes harder to push them through the snow. So they're not out of... They've basically jumped out of the fire into the saucepan. You know, they are no longer cooking directly, but the warmth is still emanating through the castle.
Okay, so we bought them time.
Sorry? Yeah, you bought
We
yourself
bought
some time, yes. You see the wolves kind of move slowly towards their king and queen. And as they move closer towards them, you notice the ice formations on their back grow exponentially the closer they are.
Like they're sacrificing themselves or something like that? As they get closer?
Like they have been forbidden to get closer. And if they get too close...
It'll kill them or turn them into ice. Okay. Well, I'm going to go back and we need to go search. We bought time. Let's go search the castle and see if we can find some way. How close can I get to that cage? Because I imagine I'm going to start taking damage. But we're all injured already, so I don't know. Hold on.
So bear in mind, okay, that this cage is holding what is effectively an actual sun. And it has the cage itself does, as you've been explained to before, have the ability to contain some of the heat. Like the heat from the thing actually powers the cage, so it absorbs that excess energy. However, that doesn't mean standing next to the thing is safe.
So I had to be, but in theory I could run up, maybe take some fire damage and get the hell out. In theory, if I try to study that, whatever's written.
Potentially, yeah.
I'm going to use my last heal that I have on myself before I do this. Let's see what I've got. Let me find it. Unless I'll look at the other group, because if someone knows more languages than me, maybe they have a better chance. So I'll consult Meltzer and see what languages he knows.
Yeah, I was going to say, Meltzer, what languages do you know?
Oh, I gotta cast my healing. It's just a 2d4. It's not much. But wait, I'll see who can read it first or have a better chance. Now, in the pre-vernal court, did I see any specific languages, or did we determine any specific languages we see more of in there? Like in the temples and the various other things? Damn.
I was gonna say if it's Sylvian, Milthrin can read it.
Yeah, someone's got to get close enough to read it, though. What's your health like?
Not good.
Well, neither is mine. That's why I'm asking. What's your health like?
13.
Oh, mine's 8. You win. I'm gonna cast my healing hand on him. He's got more health. All right, I'm gonna cast my healing on you unless you're telling me you're not willing to run up here and see what that's written on there.
Fuck it, what's the worst that could happen?
Oh, I can cast another spell on you too. I can give you at least a little bit of temporary hit points. Hold on. Oh, yeah, I'll cast the benediction spell on him.
Which gives him how much?
Next time a creature takes damage, it reduces the roll by a D4.
Okay.
And how much health do I get back with said healing?
2 D4s. Hold on. Roll good, roll good. 6.
Can we bump that up by one more number? Totally not for a brain dead joke.
That's 2 points off my max, man. that was a healing hand, man.
I wanted to do 6, 7.
6, 7.
So,
I will gladly take that Thunderbolt.
Milthrin, can you make me either an acrobatics or athletics check first, please? Nice. Okay.
Can I give him guidance on that?
Doesn't need it. Hold the guidance for a second.
Okay.
So, as you dash across this slippery ice, you realize that running is ineffective. However, sliding, now that's something you can use. Can you make me a straight intelligence check?
Could I perhaps get a guidance on that?
Yeah, I'm allowed to.
Hey,
How about a 19?
I'll take a 19.
As an autumn Aladdin, winter is obviously your next door neighbour. It's somewhere you will have been at some point in your life. And granted, things change rapidly in the Feywilds. Always have done. That being said, you know that winter Eladrin ice is particularly heat resistant, which is why this whole castle hasn't just melted completely. As you slide across, you manage to break a fairly thick sheet of ice off of the floor, revealing the pool underneath. As you get towards the sun cage, you are given but a few seconds before the ice begins to melt. You see the message engraved in silver. If this cage removed from its resting place should not be restored within 7 nights, then the sun shall burst from its cage and purge the land for all life.
What a wonderful inscription to have written right on what is basically a thermonuclear reactor.
In case of emergency, don't hit this button.
Yeah, in case of emergency, do not stand within 10 feet of object. Wow, how useful that message is that it is written just 10 feet away from this object.
As you manage to read this and you slide past it to get behind, you see the final inscription. The final inscription is more of a chant than an actual message or passage. May the sun give life, and may the night become the dawn.
Well, let's say Milturn is going to relay that to Vortic. Relay the whole of what he read.
Mm-hmm.
May the sun give life, and may the night give the dawn.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what they were saying when I was there in that celebration?
What I was going to say is, whilst that's not exactly what they were saying, you know these people are ritualistic. Their rituals and their beliefs are so firmly and deeply rooted that this kind of passage would need to be done in a chant, would need to be done to rhythm.
Oh, you're not making me sing it.
I don't make you sing it. Just
Can't
chant
it.
it. Go on, Vorty. Go on, give it to us.
You know I got family in this house, right? It's gonna look goofy as hell.
Make him laugh. Make him laugh. Go on. I will dangle a
Hang.
gift in front of your eyes. Do it.
Just do it. Just do it.
And as a worshipper of soul as well, you know, you're carrying the extra blessings.
Yeah. Couldn't you have had the same amount of words match on the top as the bottom? Like, may the sun give life and may the night give the dawn? I guess that would work.
If that's how you want to chant it. I'm just bear with me, because I'm just got to change the...
May the sun
Hold on,
give...
hold
Oh,
on.
no, don't you record it. Don't you dare record it.
No. I mean, this is recorded anyway.
Yeah, technically.
Hold on. I now need
He's
to
putting
share this
music
again.
on.
Hold on. Go on then.
Yeah, share the... Hey, you put the music on.
I put the drums on. That's all.
May the sun give life, and may the night give the dawn. May the sun give life, and may the night give the dawn.
You start to see the cage slowly hum with your vibrations.
May the sun give life, and may the night give the dawn. May the sun give life, and may the night give the dawn.
As you continue to chant, the cage begins to glow. The cage is responding to you very well. You are not just channeling the culture of Estival, you are channeling the essence essence of Soul himself as you watch the cage descend out of winter and the sun set on the Ice Palace. And as much as I know you were holding the mic right up to your mouth so you could do that as quietly as possible, you can still have an inspiration.
Oh, it don't matter. They would have heard it.
But I love it. I love it. Full kudos to you and an inspiration. Because I know that was a little outside your comfort zone that I pushed you there, but I think you did well.
I tried. I tried to give it passion.
You watch as the Ice Palace begins to repair itself. The pools of water freeze over. Obviously, the damage done to the roof and things like that. That will take more time, but the floors almost immediately freeze. You rush outside to check on the king and queen, who are still frozen, and the wolves, who have taken their distance to keep themselves existing. As you look over once more the king and queen, you would both note that a crumpled piece of very soggy, mind you, parchment has fallen from the queen's hand.
Of course, we're going to grab it and inspect it carefully.
As you inspect it, it is written in Elven.
I'm going to look around at Milthrin and say, yeah, you know Elven, right? Milthrin? You know Elven?
I thought I did, but apparently I don't.
Maybe
Don't-
Hodo knows Elven.
Don't Eladrin get Elven as a base language they understand
Not
along
in
with Common?
2024.
Ah!
So you sort of turn to Hodo and you realise that Hodo's not been there for like the past through the entirety of what you were doing. And you look around in the sort of snow and ice looking for Hodo, and you realise he is playing with a young wolf pup.
No.
Are you saying he's playing with Gorilla?
Who?
Gorilla
playing with
of the woods.
Nope, don't go get the reference.
Wait, I was waiting for somebody to get it.
I got it. I got it.
So, as
It's not Gorilla, it's Gorilla.
as you look around, you see Hodo and he goes,
What? Did you say something?
and
I don't
look
suppose you
at
can
him-
read, Hodo.
You look at him, you see his eyes are glassy. They are his skin has gone from that really dark green, like he even had a slight tan from being in Estable, and it's gone from that really dark green into an almost turquoise blue.
He's getting frostbite.
I mean, he only wears a potato sack. I've said this all along. And he's also been interacting and touching and playing with these wolves. And you've seen what happens when they get too close to the king and queen. But you've not seen what happens when someone gets too close to them.
I think I have a torch or something that I can light. To kind of heat up Hodo.
I can come and help.
Can you read Elven?
Yeah.
I'm gonna hold it up and see if you can read it.
He comes hurtling over towards you, like he's only like 25, 30 feet away. And as he comes running towards you, he takes hold of the piece of paper. His eyes light up, as if a child that's been given a Christmas gift. The one who saves this castle may grant them access to the treasury below. And he reads this out loud to you.
I'm sorry, I need to hear this in Hado voice.
I think it's only fair.
It's only fair.
I just wanted to make sure that it was clear what the words said before.
May the one who saves this castle have the treasury below.
Does he have that crazed fucking look in his eyes too?
He's excited.
I'm gonna be like, oh, thank you, Hodo. I'll grab the note back.
Before he
I want
actually
Hodo.
uses toilet paper.
Or if he thinks it's his treasure.
No, you see Hodo immediately bend over into the snow and start digging.
Starts digging.
Yes.
Yeah, he said under the castle.
No, it said the treasury below. So he's taking it quite very literally, and is now digging in the snow.
Should we just leave him to his...
We need to search. Hodo, they don't mean literally. And I'm gonna... And stop playing with the puppies, please.
But they're friends.
They are, but they will kill you if you get too close to them.
Oh, no, not me. You see, they told me, right, that they hadn't played with anyone for a while. So I offered, and the mummy and wolf and the daddy wolf were quite accommodating.
Is he trying to look like he's changing into one?
Yes.
Okay. Question is if we pull him away, will he continue to change? Hey, Hodo, stay with us for a while.
Okay.
Or if we start,
I'll stay with you.
as long as you don't start changing the closer we get to the castle, right? We'll start heading that direction to the castle, because we're going to need to see what they have that can help.
As you head back towards the castle, obviously you go past the king and queen, and as Hodo moves next to them, he turns to solid ice immediately. And you see his face has been warped. He has sort of half a wolf snout. His hands had already started to change to paws.
So we need to break the curse. The only way we're going to get Hodo back, pretty much, anyways. So the queen look normal now. They're kind of returning to the normal shape.
Yes.
Or are they still ice?
They're still ice, but they are returning back to a more solid shape.
Going to address them while they're turning. I know you've been through a lot, but we need to know if you have anything in. And I'm going to show them the note. And I'm going to say, I'm hoping this is from you, and I'm hoping you have a means to help us with the Queen, because we are going to have to try to.
They aren't
approach.
Mobile. They're just free. Like they haven't defrosted. The note fell from where they had already partially defrosted, and now they're back out in the ice cold. Their bodies are freezing back up. There's no signs of life at this moment in time.
Okay. We're gonna go look. We're gonna go see what we can find.
As you enter into this ice palace, a stairway appears before you, leading down beneath its surface.
Now I'm gonna watch my step because I already know it's slippery.
In this treasury, it's odd because the Fae don't really revere material goods as most others do, but they know it's useful for when and if they go to the material plane. In this treasury, there are a grand total of 15 ice sculptures. And these are sculptures, they're not people that have been frozen. There are 4 chests filled with gold. Now obviously you can only take a limited amount because of carry. However, between you do manage to grab 500 gold pieces. In addition,
is anyone else around me, or is it just me that was able to go down?
oh,
Milton able to come down?
Yeah.
Okay. And then, well, it's up to you if you decide the people that are non-present.
Well, yeah. I mean, they'd be there as well. You find the 500 gold between you.
Okay.
You will also find... Excuse me, I've got an itchy head. A very... How can I describe it? You find a cotton wrap on a pedestal. As you pick this up, you can feel there is a book inside, and this cotton wrap is designed to protect it from the ice.
Definitely inspect it.
As you carefully begin to unwrap it, the leather-bound book that you find is entitled The Resolution to the Queen's Puzzles. Seems like the Winter Eladrin were acting as double agents in this. The final thing you find down here is a lance. Oh, it's not any of the 6, but it does appear to have some kind of magical properties, of which at this moment in time you can't really determine.
You said it's a lance?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm writing this stuff down. Okay.
So that is what you find at this moment. We're going to go back to the hovel. Well, it would appear that the first of the cataclysmic events has been prevented. Your friends are indeed clever.
I hate to do this to y'all, but I legitimately can't keep awake. I think I'm gonna have to drop out.
No worries, bud. You go and get some rest.
Yeah. Sorry,
Yep.
I couldn't
Take
stay
care.
longer.
Take care.
We are going to
Take
be
care.
wrapping up soon anyway, so don't worry too much.
Okay.
You won't miss too much.
Good night.
Good night.
No, bud.
Good night.
Your friends
Yeah, well,
stopped the first of the cataclysmic events. Shall we see what has happened outside?
Natsuki's gonna look towards the window.
You can't get a real view unless you step to the edge and you see him walk at a very steady but smug pace towards the edge of this suspended rock as he looks down below. Interesting.
Natsuki's gonna walk towards the edge, but keep her distance from... Yeah, from him as she kind of peers over the edge.
As you look down, what you see shocks you. The land is no longer barren, but it is smaller, shrunken down. The 6 courts in a perfect circular dial, surrounded by cliff sides and mountainous, impassable mountains. Now, bearing in mind you are right up towards the stratosphere of the Feywilds, so your view down is quite vast and wide. You get a kind of shiver run down your spine as you feel your eyes sharp and focused down onto the center point. And you see nothing but bloodshed. And as you see this bloodshed and this fighting, Naki, can you make me a fate roll?
Yeah.
Well, please be better than what we've been rolling.
Be a 1.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Captain!
You feel
Yes!
yourself
Oh.
drifting to sleep. You collapse as your body strikes the hard ground behind you. Stumple's voice fading into the background. You hear panic in his voice. Doesn't want you to pass on yet. Doesn't want you to suffer any more than you already have. As you wake up, or rather, you believe you've woken up. Notki, you have returned home. As you look, you see the Devil General. And the sword he wields. You get a sense that the sword he is wielding does not want him to be wielding him. But the devil has the strength and the power to impose his will against that. You will join us in the final fight, I trust. It dawns on all of us. The realms are shrinking and colliding. Find your way back, and I will knight you. And I will give you the strength of 1,000 warriors. As the world turns black. After a little while, you get the sensation of your eyes flickering open once more. What was that? Did you get vertigo or something?
Sure, let's go with that.
I've never seen...
As she kind of like stands up.
I've never seen vertigo put someone to sleep for 50 years, but... And you look upon him as you see, like, grey streaks of where his hair is obviously nice and neat. These grey streaks are appearing.
You're telling me that I was out for 50 years?
Like I said to you before, it seems that somebody doesn't want you awake. But luckily I had the resources to hand.
Resources?
Yes. The ability to suspend until the body is ready and fully recovered. How do you think I stayed sane on my little rock outside of everybody else's chaos? I told you, belief brings power. And, unfortunately, if we do not find the Queen soon, my power will not be enough to hold us here. I am growing old now, and I would very much like you not to fall asleep like that again.
Yeah, I really don't want to either. Sleeping for 450 years is not exactly ideal.
Come, I shall make us some tea. And you watch as he heads over to that same tea bush. Only it's nowhere near as full as it once was. Only a few leaves remain, and even they look aged and unappetizing. You see a new swath of creatures in the pen. This time they're more like large bulls, oxes, and big, big snakes. A voice hums through the building, through the hovel. Father, are you here? As you see an individual that looks somewhat like Rumple, or even Stumble, sorry, but a much, 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 much younger version. Yes. Come in here, Winston. I told you one day she would wake up. Yes, you did. I'd still like to have tasted her, though. I told you. This one is special. She's not your snack. Very well. You watch him go over to that same little stone oven, place his hand inside with a already raging fire, and just as if lifting a feather, haul a full boar out of this oven, freshly cooked. And you watch as this young creature just takes a bite, like it's a chicken drumstick. Oh, I'm sorry, terribly sorry. Where's my manners? Would you like some?
Nodkey's still kind of reeling from the fact that she slept for 450 years, just kind of shakes her head. It's just, no, no.
Father said that there was something we could finish watching once you woke up. He promised me every year for the last 50 years. Now you're awake, Father.
Yes, all right. I'm coming. I'm coming.
And with the tap of his foot, he spins the boomerang again. The young version sits on the floor and kind of shuffles right up close to watch this. A seat appears for you, but again is not as plump and colourful as it once was, as now it has aged. You see the tears in the fabric, the frays on the arms.
Nodkey's gonna walk over and take a seat.
As we are going to jump to the end of the session. So, guys and gals, non-binary pals, and everyone in between, I thank you very much. If you're watching live, we love you all. If you're watching on the VOD, we love you just as much. I am the captain upon the Fervent Drift. We have been joined tonight by 4 fantastic players. And until next time, may all your 20s be natural. And as ever, we will see you in the next one.